watching Tyson Fury win last night, just reminded me, if you never heard his story, he won the world championship from Vladimir Klitschko, and then he suffers from mental illness. So after that fight, he just went on a complete tailspin, gained up to 400 pounds, become a coke addict, an alcoholic, and then tried to kill himself before he had this great awakening. And since then he's lost 130 pounds, regained the world title last night. But he is a huge advocate for mental illness. And for my whole life I've always kind of hid from that. I was ashamed, embarrassed to admit that ever since I was a teenager I've suffered from debilitating mental illness. I remember not ever being able to hold a job. Most people thought I was lazy, but I wasn't. Obviously I'm not lazy. I would wake up and have these issues where getting out of bed was almost impossible. Just moving, just making myself do anything. I got in trouble 7 years ago because of mental illness. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people think they understand it, but mental illness, depression, it isn't a family member dies, so for a few months you're in this funk. It's not you get broken up with by your boyfriend or girlfriend. It's not that you lose a job. It's not that you have a bad day. I've heard people tell me a lot of times, oh yeah, a few years ago I was depressed for a couple of weeks and it was awful. And yeah, but it's not, with all due respect, it's not the same thing. Depression is having $1 million, a world championship, fans, love, and all the adulation, and still waking up every day just wanting to be dead. People tell me that all the time. Well, what do you got to be depressed about? And yeah, obviously I've made a good career. I've got a little bit of money now. I've got family and loved ones, and a lot going for me on the outside, but that doesn't matter when you have this. And like right now, for the last 5 or 6 months, I have been going through a lot of tough stuff. I've been suicidal a few times. I've really been struggling the last 6 months with this. I've gained probably 50 pounds. Don't let the running and stuff fool you. I've gotten super heavy. And it's not that all of a sudden I got lazy or content. I've been having my ass handed to me by this depression. And I've went and got back on medication. I've tried a bunch of different things and nothing's working, to be honest. Nothing's not working this time. So what I'm doing today is I'm doing something that really helped me out last time. And that's when I got on that modified ketogenic diet. When I eliminated all the sugars and the carbs and all the bull, I lost 80 pounds in 5 months, and I started feeling amazing about myself again. So I'm thinking, diet has a lot to do with it right now. So I'm going to change a lot of that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to look at things more positively. Things in my life haven't been going as well. I'm not going to get into it, but just every facet has kind of been, not what it was at this time last year. And I've gotten to that point where I've been blaming and pointing the finger and getting upset and angry about it instead of just, I'm just going to take the steps to combat it, But I've got to start putting myself and my mental health first, because I'm telling you, I've been in some dark, dark places the last, few months, and it's not fun. And I run because it's the one thing that's always opened those doors and turned on those lights and has made me feel better. But like I say, at this point, I've gotten to where it's not easy to run anymore because I've let myself gain weight back. And so starting today, though, I'm hitting the gym. I'm starting back on my keto diet. I'm gonna take control, and I may never completely defeat, depression and things, but I'm going to put myself in the best possible position again to do great things and to be as happy as I possibly can be, because I know that I'm at a point in life where things have to change now. I don't like feeling this way, and all I'm doing is compounding it by the way I'm living. So starting today, February 23rd, I weighed today and I was 287 pounds, but I'm not going to let that, it is what it is. But I'm going to start everything today I want to start making these videos to hold myself accountable. I may share them, I may not. Like I say, I've always hid from this depression, and I don't want to be a spokesperson for it, or I don't want sympathy or prayers, or I don't want people to think that it's like a attention thing. There are a lot of people that do that, and it drives me nuts because, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, having this kind of thing. So, I'm going to see how it goes. I will give up. I'm 41 years old. I've been lower than this. I'm a fighter, and I'm going to take this day and this opportunity to start over, and I want to do some great things. But if you have depression, don't feel bad about it. Don't feel weak. It's not a weakness. It's a brain chemistry issue. People can't see it. It's not a visible injury, but it doesn't make it less significant. So we got to take care of ourselves. Until the next video, it's time. I'm taking back control.